Welcome to this NPL Victoria clash at Lakeside Stadium between South Melbourne and Avondale. And much like they did in 2017, Avondale have flown out of the blocks, while South Melbourne have struggled to find their mojo a little bit. Of course, we know that South managed to turn things around last season. They haven't quite managed to look as strong this season so far and are struggling a little bit with personnel, injuries and suspensions. Of course, that doesn't matter today. It is 11 on 11 and South need to get their season going quick smart. Fashini on the right has Brennan running. Wants to go to Minitel instead. Brennan keeps his feet nicely there. Turns onto the left foot. Andy Brennan with the shot straight at Chris Oldfield. Didn't get the balance to get any real power behind that one. Andy Brennan taking a chance early there on goal. Of course, hit the woodwork from long range last week. Now here's an opportunity perhaps for Avondale. Ball played forward there. Cam Sober couldn't find what he was looking for. Epifano's grabbed it. And on the counter-attack, South Melbourne could be dangerous here. Here's Brennan. Looks up in front of him. Matty Miller out wide. It's a clever little flick into the middle. Chance now for Minitel through one-on-one. And that was well done by Chris Oldfield. He came out quickly to charge that one down. Oliver Minitel lurking. A pretty good move by the South forwards there. They managed to open up the Avondale defence. That's what they'll need to do a few more times today. Minitel was onto it quickly, but Chris Oldfield was on just that slight bit quicker. Minitel's corner. Delivers towards the far post. Here comes Constantinides, headed down into the turf and bouncing up. An awkward one for Oldfield. He opts to tip that one over the bar, and that's how you trouble the keeper. Clever there by Constantinides, really trying to dig that one in. He managed to do it pretty nicely. It can be uncomfortable for a keeper when that one bobbles in front of you like that. Sitting up on top of his crossbar there, Chris Oldfield handling that pretty well. Corner whip towards the near post again, looking for Constantinides, and that one's been flicked behind for a corner again. I think that might have been former South skipper Ramatasanjoglu with the intervention there. Constantinides was lurking, looking to flick this one with his foot. He almost managed to get a good piece of it in the end, Rama at the near post, as he's done so many times on this venue, putting that one behind for a corner. Free kick, standing over is Riccobene. He delivers towards the 6-yard box, and that one headed behind and jumping up there. Way too much space given that time. South Melbourne's defence, just an awkward moment. Jared Tyson, he stayed, then he came, and then he watched that one sail wide, and that very nearly could have been a disastrous start for South. Picked up on the wide right there, Boland. Clever ball to Riccobene. Riccobene, nice cross deep. There's Stefan Zinni, and there's 1-0. Stefan Zinni with a pinpoint header across the face of goal. Absolutely beautifully done there. It was a nice ball in by Riccobene. Zinni had time and space to line that one up, and I don't think he could have hit it any more perfectly. Across the face of the goal, Insides and Jared Tyson can only look at it, and it's in the back of the net. South Melbourne, they started brightly, but they've fallen behind after 25 minutes. And from the kickoff here, South playing it around, not able to find anything they like, and they're in trouble here because Towns has taken it away. He looks up, he's got Cam Sober, he's got Boland running in the middle. He opts to go to Germano. Now out wide again to Cam Sober. Zinni dangerous, and Boland at that size even more dangerous. Comes back this time to Towns, takes one touch into the box. Towns into the crossbar, and Constantinides looks to finally get that one away. South Melbourne lax from the kickoff. Well, Avondale, wouldn't that have been something? 1-0 and almost 2-0 inside a couple of minutes. South Melbourne, they're a little bit lucky to get away with that one, and perhaps opportunity missed for Avondale. Zinni lurking again, the goal scorer flicks that one up into Constantinides, his former teammate. Nothing doing there, a couple of half-hearted shouts for a handball. Looked to be into the chest as Andy Brennan comes charging away. This is better from South. Epifano looks up, he's got Minitel in the middle, he's got Brennan as well onto the right foot, but couldn't get the time and space he needed for the shot. Frustration from Epifano. Would have loved to sight a goal there with that lethal right foot that he's got, but he just couldn't quite get round the defence. Germano standing over this one, delivers, and a couple of shouts in the crowd. They thought that one had gone in for a moment, into the side netting, back off the sponsor boards. Hearts in mouths for a moment there for South Melbourne fans. That was wickedly close. Epifano squares that one up. Insides coming forward. Big Greek going on a bit of a run. Now Constantinides, good ball in for Minitel, and good save by Oldfield. That was sharp, a nice move by South Melbourne, their best chance of the game so far. They'll need a few more of those if they're going to get back into this one. Oliver Minitel did this pretty nicely. The cross was great from Constantinides. Minitel made Oldfield work for it, but the experienced keeper was able to keep that one out. Not for the first time against South Melbourne, I should add. Good throw taken. He'll get it back here for Sheeny. Opts to go cross-field, or rather into the box. Minitel flicking that one on. I think he wanted Constantinides in the middle there, but just couldn't quite get it far enough away from Chris Oldfield. There's a wonderful sight at Lakeside Stadium. Making his way to the bench is Andy Brennan, but more importantly, on comes Marcus Schroen, the hero of the 2016 finals campaign, best on ground in the grand final that year in the championship side, cruelly cut down by a knee injury in the FFA Cup semi-final, wearing number 6 for the first time. Great to see him back, speedy recovery, and could he make himself a hero today? A few words from the skipper, bit of congratulations and a bit of make sure you keep focused as well. Here's Towns. Runs past Incides, and he's got options. He goes into Boland, and Boland has put it in for 2. 2-0 to Avondale. That one floated in at the near post. Not sure if that was a slight miskick or if it was a very cleverly placed ball. It doesn't matter in the end though. South Melbourne 2-0 down now with a mountain to climb. Good ball in. Little bit of space for Boland. I think he may have miscued it slightly, but it doesn't matter. They all count when they're in the back of the net. Frustration for Jared Tyson, anticipating the shot there, and it floats past him into the near post. South with a lot to do now. Schroen's ball into the middle, doesn't have a teammate. Now Boland, the goal scorer. We spotted Tyson off his line, and it's 3-0! Unbelievable! Incredible! A 55-yard wonder strike from Liam Boland. How has he managed to score that? That may be the greatest goal we've seen on this venue. Certainly the best for a number of years. Well, Jared Tyson rushing back, scrambling back for that one. In the last few moments, that awful feeling when he knows he's in trouble. And incredibly now, 3-0 with one of the most amazing goals we've seen. Epifano flicks that one in. That's a good-looking ball for Monopolis, but it's been tipped wide, I think, by Ramatav Sanchoglu again. Well, it's just not falling for South Melbourne at the moment. Monopolis was right onto that if it had just sat up for him. Rama got in the way, helped out his keeper, and keeps a clean sheet so far for Avondale. Flick up, that's a good ball for Monopolis. Heads it down to himself. He's looked good since he came on. Trying to link up with Marcus Schroen. Schroen in on the left foot and tip behind for a corner, the follow-up shot. In fact, it won't be a corner. It's initially signalled, but I think the referee, he's just spotted that the flag was up. Frustration for South. Nothing really going their way. 50-yard wonder strikes at one end and a force field at the other. And 3-0 the scoreline remains here. Good effort from Schroen and Monopolis there, though. That one's just bunted away, and I think that'll be all she wrote. No need to drag this one out any longer. Avondale will take 3 goals and 3 points out of this one. Disappointment for South Melbourne. In the end, the class of the two sides showing there. The difference really being one side buried its chances, the other didn't. South Melbourne, another loss at home, yet to win at Lakeside this season, something they'll have to turn around pretty soon. Marcus Schroen, first of all, congratulations on your return. It's great to see you back. How are you feeling, most importantly?
Yeah, I feel really good. Obviously, disappointing result today. And not what we came here for and not what we wanted, but yeah, we'll try and work on a few things during the week and get ourselves back up for next week against Port.
Yeah, disappointing, especially considering we came off a pretty solid win against Kingston. What was the mood at halftime when we played pretty well, but we were just behind? And then, particularly at the end after the game, must have been disappointing to cop those 2 late.
Yeah, I think the 2 that they got in the second half came against the runner play, and we'll generally try on top of them and had a bit of momentum. But I think that's been a little bit of the theme for the season. We've been able to get on top in games, maybe not for long periods, but definitely show what we're capable of. But we've got to sustain that for 90 minutes week in, week out, and not learn to make the mistakes against the run of play, and capitalise where we do have those opportunities. But yeah, those are some things we can work on and hopefully improve going forward.
Looking at yourself and Lee Monopolis, another player who's missed a little bit with injury, seeing you guys linking up at the end there was pretty positive. Maybe something to look forward to over the next few weeks as you guys go back to full fitness. Yeah,
so this year's we've had quite a few injuries, and things the club's in a little bit of a transition period as well. So look, once we get the squad back to full strength and a bit of competition for spots, I'm sure the boys will be up and about, and we'll keep fighting.
Congratulations on your return, Marcus. Hopefully see you again next week and for many more weeks to come.
Thanks, mate. I appreciate it. I'd just like to say quickly as well, thanks to the fans. When I came back on, they were fantastic. It was a great reception and great to be back on the park. So thank you very much, guys.